photos just came out showing that the Snow White movie replaced the seven dwarves with seven average people instead. Do you think Disney made the right choice doing this?
Oh, wow. I didn't think this was going to be the question today. um, it's funny you should ask this because a buddy of mine were talking about this the other day. And it's perfect timing for this because of all the AI and all that like SAG and the Writers Guild are going through. It's a bad thing. I'm not agreeing with it. One, because what they're doing is pretty much you're replacing jobs that people could have as little people. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's for dwarfs.
It's not the 7 dwarves anymore, it's the 7 diversity hires. Well, 8 if you count the not Snow White. So of course people on the left are making a stink about how Disney didn't cast people with dwarfism. Well, technically speaking, 7 dwarves aren't humans with dwarfism condition, they're the mythological dwarves. Dwarf folklore is a supernatural type being in Germanic folklore or Norse mythology. The dwarves live in mines and underground halls, known as Nidaral, probably said that wrong, which is where Tolkien got his inspiration for them from. And it says here, things like the Lonely Mountain or the Mines of Moria. Anyway, back to the main topic. So you'd think they would hire people with dwarfism to fit the role of the mythological dwarves, for the simple fact of it being cheaper in terms of editing. Enter Peter Dinklage. Game of Thrones actor Peter has taken aim at Disney for what he called its effing backwards forthcoming live action adaptation Snow White, blah 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 blah. Dinklage, who stars in Joe Wright's new film, whatever, accused the studio of double standards by attending to racial diversity in its cast, but falling back on other damaging stereotypes. I was a little taken aback by the fact they were very proud to cast a Latina, no Latinx? Actress as Snow White, Dinklage told podcast Mark Marone, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 dwarves. Dinklage, who has a form of dwarfism called, can't pronounce that, continued by saying Disney should have stepped back and reassessed the project. No, I actually agree with him about reassessing the project. The project managers in charge of Game of Thrones should have reassessed his character. I highly doubt he would be complaining about dwarves playing mythological dwarf character roles. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that effing story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. Yeah, that's the mythology. The mythological dwarves lived in caves. So yeah, I think the main person who was complaining about it was this Peter Dinklage guy. And then Disney caved. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, back to the video.
And what we were discussing too the other day was the Wonka movie. And Hugh Grant is now playing an Oompa Loompa. So I guess, Hugh Grant, you're now identifying as a little person.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I mean,
wow.
Right? Okay, well, I know Peter Dinklage, criticized the film for having little people play dwarves because he said it typecast them.
It totally does.
It does, okay.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, people are saying it. Like what you said, it's taking jobs away. So how are you feeling about that?
I personally, it's not affecting me personally. That's why I didn't speak out about it. I'm surprised TMZ's coming to me with this. It's awesome, though. I love TMZ. But I do think that this is Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Why are you hiring Snow White and the 7 average people?
So yeah, some people are complaining Disney didn't hire dwarves to play the role of dwarves. Me, it's pretty straightforward. Why'd you blackwash Snow White? It says in the Brothers Grimm, she had skin as white as freshly fallen snow. But that's just how it is today. Everything that's white has to be blackwashed. But anyway, that's it for my thoughts on this matter. Take care out there in Clown World.
So, if that's what they want to do, then I guess they're gonna have a lot of people angry at them.